Hey, what's going on, everybody? Froggy Sonics here. Nothing I say is financial advice, entertainment purposes only. Just gonna do a little quick morning live stream on news that's popping up globally and how futures just flipped green, so that's really nice. I want to kind of talk about what's going on with AMC, what the real play is at this point in time. I think so many people have gotten swept up in MOASS hype that we've forgotten to look at the basic fundamental of what AMC really is going to be doing in 2023, which I think it's all extremely bullish. Bottom line, though, my personal opinion, AMC is now unbankruptable. You cannot bankrupt AMC anymore because of APE. Adam Aaron can raise enough money to rebalance debt loads, which I tweeted out this morning. Rebalance debt loads, take off a lot of interest, and renegotiate to the point to where AMC is not going to go bankrupt. Like, just, there's no way. So, yeah, Audio Plug Records, Japan is, I was going to get to that. Okay, so bonds. Japan is about to dump a bunch of bonds. The whole bond market globally is messed up. I believe in the UK it's called gilts, and what they're doing now, actually the UK just had the Prime Minister Liz Truss just resigned from her post as the Conservative Party leader. And that's a big deal because what's happening is the UK is having a huge problem with pensions right now, and it looks like they could be wiped out. The bond markets are horrible. Like all new highs, like 20, 30-year highs that the bonds and the volatility index is going through the roof. It's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy what's going on globally. It's like they're just trying to suppress this from happening. And if you don't think that it has to do with meme stocks, you might be missing out. I think the truth of the matter is that, and I tweeted this morning, the truth of the matter is securities sold, not yet purchased, which is a big problem with Citadel right now. As their 2021 annual came out, they reported 65 billion in securities sold, not yet purchased. Now, when you do that in the infinite liquidity glitch, which is what the Virtu CEO calls it, you're selling things you don't own, right? And when you start doing that, it's like using a credit card. You're getting a lot of money for selling something you don't own. It's like using a credit card to buy things that you can't afford. And eventually you get to the point to where you can't stop using it because you've discovered this new lifestyle. Now, for these market makers, they're using this process to manipulate price on meme stocks like AMC, APE, GameStop, whatever. They can sell securities that don't even exist, give you an IOU, give your broker an IOU, and then suddenly everybody's buying an endless supply, which means that the value of that supply is going down, down, down. If there's 10 securities and you buy all 10 and somebody wants them, there's high demand, you can charge whatever you want. But if there's 10 legal securities and 500,000 knockoff, basically, securities that look the same, feel the same, whatever, now you have this increase in supply. The 10 real securities you own are valueless. It's what they are doing to our stocks. That's what they're doing to the entire stock market. And it's going to roll over one of these days. I think it's probably going to cause one of the worst economic meltdowns in history for Wall Street and the big banks. Now, the problem is you have this entire new flood of retail investors coming in with unleveraged cash, right? So technically, my one unlevered dollar is 10 times more valuable than the 10x levered dollar that the market makers are using. So I'm really concerned. Mainly, I am concerned for the overall markets. I'm concerned for people's 401ks and their pensions because they are wrapped up into institutional investment platforms like, say, Fidelity or Citadel or Susquehanna or whatever. You know, like my mom's retirement is going to be wrapped up in some kind of institution. Now, if they're all over leveraged, that means what they have on the books is valueless. I mean, if you have, say, $100,000 in retirement with whatever fund, it doesn't matter. If their books are over leveraged, that means the money that you have in their fund they're managing That's not your money anymore. If the investment firm is over leveraged, they are going to take your money. All the people who just lost money with Melvin Capital, they're going to be losing money with Citadel. This has to dump on the big money side, the smart money side. But the interesting thing is, a lot of retail investors have been putting their money into securities, and like AMC, GME, BBIG, Mullen. I know everybody's excited about Mullen running. Congrats if you got in on Mullen on the dip. I would have if I wasn't locked into APE and AMC. But yeah, Liz Truss did resign. I assume there's probably more resignations coming, and we'll see it as they happen. But Unusual Whales is covering all of this. They've been posting like crazy this morning. It's just wild. I do like this post right here where they talk about Goldman Sachs strategists have forecasted the Fed will deliver rate hikes of 75 for November, 50 for December, 25 for February. I was really, really hoping that Jay Powell was going to read the room and just go, okay, we're bringing it down to 25 for the time being, because these high rate hikes have not been working. Inflation is not going down. The only way to get manufactured inflation down, natural inflation, this would work. But this is manufactured inflation due to globalist energy agendas. Like I said, I'm not against green energy, but you can't just shut off fuel production. You can't become energy dependent on a country that is not an ally. That's the stupidest thing you could ever do, is become dependent on another country that hates you. Like, why would you do that? It's silly. We need to increase our refining capabilities, our refining technology, and production rates in the U.S. become energy independent. Fuel prices will come down. That means mass transit cost to ship your chicken tenders to the grocery store goes down. That means the price of your chicken tenders goes down. Excuse me, man. Rough morning waking up. Yeah, there's a bunch going on. APE doing what it's doing. I think we're still going to have a good day on APE. We're still following the trend line. I mean, it just, we've been down so hard and so long on it. It just feels crazy, but we're following a nice upward trend line. We got to retest 220. I think the real test will be 225. But if we do kick up today again, we're sitting really good to go retest that today. And if we break out, of course, this is just my opinion, guys. You take it or leave it. If we break out, we could see an attempt at 243, which I would really love. If we broke 220, 225 today and we ran to 243, and then Friday we could take a hop to, 270, 223, old support that failed. So it'll be a new resistance. And then, yeah, maybe retest 260. I just think we're on a good path going back up. I think we were shorted really hard. I think there was failure to delivers that are not being reported correctly because they were spoofing them with limit buy orders. So there's still $330 million of failed to delivers from August 22nd that were cleared with no buying pressure. We went down. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. So I do think we're going to recover. I think they're covering those failed to delivers now, and they're going to do it really slow until we creep back up to this price range around like $4 or $5, meaning AMC will probably be around 10. Eventually, $15 price range is where we usually come back to every time this happens. If not, we'll see some covering and we'll get a big spike. We'll run. We'll figure out what's going on in earnings on November 8th. If earnings are November 8th, historically they are. And maybe hopefully Adam Aaron's got some good news for us, man. Finally, the silence. I know he said don't take my silence as an action, but it's after 2 years, it's just insanely stressful. I know everybody's feeling it. So hopefully he's got some good news. The real good news is Wakanda Forever is selling out everywhere. The double feature Wakanda Forever is selling out everywhere, which is amazing. I think it's going to open 150 million, no problem, meaning we're going to roll into Q4 with a $1 billion movie starting the quarter, right into Avatar 2 in the same quarter. Q4 could be huge. absolutely huge at the box office, huge for AMC. I hope AMC's got some good promos going on, maybe some kind of collectible for the Avatar movie coming out. But yeah, it's looking good. BBIG's doing its thing. Merger news still on the table with Zash. Hopefully that goes through. If we do, we could see some action on that. I've got a small position I'm keeping in that one. Really excited, really excited. AMC doing some funky. Actually having a little decent morning. Popped up. We'll see what happens. Market opens coming soon. I think AMC needs to go to $7, and I think APE needs to probably go to $3 is what's going to happen. $7.50, $3. The problem is every Friday we get Max Payne, like clockwork, price fixing from the market makers who try to entrap retail investors in the options chain. It's absolutely disgusting what happens with Max Payne. If you guys don't know what it is, you should really look it up. But it's the strike price and it's the price at which the stock hits that the shorts will feel the most pain, more or less via the options chain. But they love to price fix and control the stock. That's why the SEC and the federal government need to come out and just tell these guys, hey, you can't be a market maker and an investment firm at the same time. Like, if Citadel wasn't an investment firm and they were just purely a market maker, then payment for order flow would be okay, because you're only buying the order flow so that you can make the market. But what it's for is they use it for their side branch, their investing branch, to front run every single trade out there in the market. It's absolutely disgusting. So, either way, too, the 13-F2 comments period is back open on the SEC site. Let me see if I can find the tweet. This is important because it has to do with the reporting of short interest for institutions. So if you guys please can take a couple minutes, go to the SEC site. We made a post right here. Pedro from Philly. This dude's awesome, man. He's a phenomenal guy. Here's the email rule, comments at sec.gov. Make sure to put file number and make sure you put all these numbers in the line. It's that simple, folks. No excuses. Shorts file would be a huge step forward. Use this tweet, follow the instructions, and go in and type, yes, I support short position reporting across the board. This would help. Just type something like, this would help market mechanics stabilize the market, and it would help reduce the amount of over leveraging that happens every year. Short reporting should already be, it's common sense. It should already be done. Every institution that shorts over $5 million of a security should have to report it. It's absolutely insane that they do not have to report it. So I highly suggest doing that. The comments period's back open for a reason. I know a lot of people may not like Gensler, but they need our support. They need popular opinion to push these things into action. Because guess what's going to happen as soon as they have to start reporting their short position? You're going to see true short interest on AMC, APE, GME, BBAG, which I personally believe is way higher than 20%. So Mullen apparently bought out an old factory, which is good, meaning they want to start trying to ramp up production. It's up over 120%, but I don't chase these things. I wish I would have got in the other day, but I'm locked into APE AMC. I didn't have any dry powder, and I'm not going to chase it now, because if you get in now and this hype ends, say the stock is hyped up right now, which news of buying a factory isn't insanely bullish. I still have not seen a Mullen car being driven by a person. This is what Nikola did. Nikola lured everybody into thinking they had this great product, this great car, and come to find out they were pushing it down a hill to make it look like it was driving, right? GM got wrapped up in a big thing with them. They were going to have some type of joint venture. It fell through and everybody lost their money. Mullen, I know a lot of memesters like it. I still have yet to see a Mullen car actually physically being driven. They bought a factory, which isn't necessarily set up for building EVs yet, which good for them, and I hope it works out. But if this hype ends, say this, you're already retesting this support, this resistance right here, right? And I'm not saying it's not going to go anywhere. This is just my breakdown. Retesting this top line right here from yesterday. If this does not break out, then you're going to get slammed back down and you might maybe have a gap fill. But if you get in here and you drop back down to 31 cents, you just took a pretty bad loss. That's why I don't chase these stocks. And I was telling people about Mullen back when it was in the $10 range. I said, hey, do they have a drivable car? And nobody could answer that. They were just Mullen. And I had some great runs. And if you played the runs, good for you. But look at what's happened to the stock, man. I mean, it's down in the 20-cent range. So people chasing the penny stock from 20 cents all the way up to 50. If you're buying in at 40, 50 cents, and this is just a hype pump, one of the last hype pumps it has, based on them buying a factory, yeah, you could take a pretty big hit. But if you believe in the company, go for it. If you just got in and you made 100% on it, good for you, man. At this point in time, there's no way I would chase that. Not me personally. I just don't trust it. Let's see. The other day, what was the volume? So there was we're on the daily. Let's go to the hour. So they had a ton of volume come in. That's just ridiculous. 130, 160, 151 million. So through the day, they had this insane volume ramp up. So I don't know. It could blow. Who knows? I don't have any dry powder. I'm not in it. If you do get in and you make a ton of money, good for you, man. Come back and let me know how you did on it if you are in. I do know there's quite a bit of bag holding going on that stock, though. So either way, I'm in APE, hard, heavy. I'm in AMC. All my shares in AMC are DRS. Got some shares of APE DRS, but I got about $28,000 into APE right now. So I'm really wanting this thing to get back to 340, which is very doable. That was a resistance, or it was an attempted resistance zone. I do see it coming back to that range, which would be my break even, which would be great. I think 349 is my average on it. I did average down a little bit. But if we can get back up to this range and claim this as a support, that means you would have AMC $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9. $9 AMC and $3, $4 APE would be phenomenal to go into Q4. So, all right, let me look at some comments. I'm just on here just chatting and rambling, you guys. So this isn't any direct DD I'm doing on any particular stock. Let's see what we got for comments. First, bonds, got that. Trust. Good morning, fam. BM. Stony Stone, AMC, APE, GTI, run please. I hope it does for you, Stony, man. I want everybody to make money, man. That's my thing. You know, there's people on Twitter that want to attack, oh, Froggy this, Froggy that, which is really exhausting. It's always fake profiles. I literally just want everybody to make some money, man. And right now, it doesn't matter what stock you're in the meme stock sector, we're all being suppressed. Hey, this is serious. If AMC is the MOASS, then can GME also be MOASS? Yeah, absolutely. The meme stock, MOASS is meme stock. It's not one stock. GME could run like absolutely freaking crazy at any point in time. AMC could run like crazy at any point in time. There's no one play. Retail money is flooding into the market across the meme stock sector. It's just being suppressed. And like I said, we're buying so much. I personally believe we are diluting our own price because we continue to buy. But the truth of the matter is, the securities sold, not yet covered, have to be covered at one time, not yet purchased. So Citadel, with their $65 billion in securities not yet purchased, they have to go out and buy those at some point in time, meaning it's going to undilute our prices. The stocks are going to go up. And the more we get further into this market disaster with every single country's economy falling like a rock, the closer they get to these global margin calls. I think there's going to be a global margin call. Global margin calls, it's going to crash the market, right? We're already down so much. So I'm not really worried about like a big flash crash. They're going to be like, okay, margin calls across the board, and they're going to have to unwind all this BS with these market makers these securities sold, not yet covered, they're going to have to unwind, and all that money is going to flood into the market, meaning meme stocks are going to go crazy, and then you're going to see a big pullback. Retail money is actually at lowest inflow in past 3 years. I don't think that's true. There wasn't a big retail investing movement 3 years ago. It just started. Hey man, I got a few friends here. They recommend I give you a listen, not a shill, but I'm not a cheerleader either. Expect response without sugarcoating. Yeah, man, welcome to the channel, Glenn. I do hype AMC a little bit, but I'm also one of the biggest proprietors of questioning Adam Aaron. I'm a big proprietor of questioning where this is going to go, but I do it because I want to get to the there. Anybody who's out here, if you are a cheerleader, good for you. If you're like AMC the moon, I don't care, that's it, good for you. Stick with your conviction. I want to get down to the nitty-gritty elemental things that are going on with AMC, APE, these other meme stocks. And the more we dig, the closer we get to the truth, which is these market makers, like the CEO of Virtue said, have this infinite liquidity glitch, and it's by selling shit they don't own. And as soon as they end up getting margin called, if they get out of balance and they get margin called because these blue chip stocks dip any further, then that's going to be a big day for us. But yeah, if you're a cheerleader, good for you. If you're not a cheerleader, good for you. I'm over the whole freaking thing. Corey Power, yeah, you're getting ready to get banned from the channel. I made a shit ton of money on Zom. You guys from the Marantz Rants crew are the absolute biggest waste of time I've ever seen. Zom was 2 years ago. You guys are so annoying. You know what? You're just getting booted from the channel. It's just so annoying. These guys, literally, people come after me when I've called some stocks that have ran hundreds of percents. I called Revlon at $1.70 live and ran it to $9, and people made a ton of money. BBIG runs. I've been following Joey Cameron, Skycam 7. I made like $29,000 in a day off that. So these cats that are bag holding GME, which I love GME, but these Marantz Rants Cruise guys that bag hold GME and they're all pissed off all day, y'all need hobbies, man. You need hobbies. It's pretty pathetic. And the more they do it, the more they do this, the less I want to be invested in GME. I legitimately, all they do is attack AMC all day. That's all they do. And instead of going after Citadel, instead of going after the SEC, fixing shit, fixing markets, which we do, we work every day online, on Twitter, emailing the SEC, trying to change regs, working with Pedro from Philly. We've been trying to help expose markets while Marantz Rants is worried about selling NFTs, which nobody gives a shit about. Trying to sell NFTs and push his YouTube channel. He talks shit about me and then he goes, oh, I'm going to invite Spence on my channel. I'm not coming on your channel so my followers boost your revenue. I give my money away. Freaking crazy. And the bad thing is I liked Marantz. He came on a space call one time. He had a different opinion. And then he DM'd me, said, thanks for being respectful, man. I said, yeah, sure. Then he comes out with some BS on Reddit from 2 years ago, before I was even on Twitter, before I was on YouTube, any of that. And it's so stupid. I got Zom at 45 cents, got out when I hit like 2 something. Then I got back in at like $1 or something and got back out at $1.30. And the last thing I said was I'm out at $1.30. Which is absolutely ridiculous. And if you're still in Zom and you're bag holding, I'm sorry, okay. Everybody's bag. GME's bag holding, AMC's bag holding. Name me a stock where there's not a bag holder. And I love GameStop. I love that company. I go to GameStop like once a week and buy some kind of collectible to support the meme community. And you got Marantz Rants out here attacking AMC all day. It makes me not want to buy it. Like, he makes me not want to buy GameStop products, which is counterproductive. Why would you do that? So that makes me suspicious of him. Anybody that does things that's specifically counterproductive to your company, to your investment, that's extremely suspicious. Anyways, we've talked about that too much. Too much attention. Ape, let's go. Let's do the 220 test. I want to do 220, and I want it to break out, and I want to go. Why does my screen look weird? I want to get in this channel right here, 225 to 245. I don't like it when my numbers aren't rounded. There we go. This channel right here, this is where I want to go. I think that would be extremely healthy. And then in that zone, if we hit that, I think it would be really awesome, potentially, if Adam Aaron came out and announced some type of catalyst. Hey, I raised $1 billion or this or that. So, oh, really, really, thank you for that comment. Really, dude, you no need to prove yourself. Ape Father does that dumb shit. You're good. Thank you, man. That's a nice comment to wake up to in the morning. I really appreciate that. And the funny thing is, the people who have come out after me on Twitter, like the Ape Radio guys, they said I was paid by a hedge fund. I literally posted all my VA payments, all my bank account statements, all my statements, and then they shut up, and then a month later they come out and try to attack again. Either way, this channel is growing. We're getting more and more into different macroeconomic portions of the market. And then we look at stocks on a micro. And I will tell you, this is my plan in the future, guys. If APE and AMC run to a point that's good for taking profit, I'm going to take a lot of profit. And I'm going to break it down. I'm going to take a treat for myself. I'm going to take a couple grand and go on a vacation. But I'm probably going to dump 10 to 20 grand into Hycroft mine and wait for interest rates to come down. And I'm going to put the rest into Tesla. Because I'm going to tell you what. I think when Starlink goes public, if it goes public by itself, I think that might not work because shorts could pile in and try to destroy it. But if Elon Musk forms a conglomerate with Starlink and Tesla and maybe even SpaceX, I don't know. I think SpaceX should be private. I think space travel stocks should be private because it sets it up for too much conflict of interest where people could, you sabotage each other and then you got people blowing up in space. I think if Tesla and Starlink were combined with Twitter into a conglomerate called X, which people have talked about and he's even talked about, then you would have this amazing Tesla stock. If you own Tesla now and he merges it all, I really, really think Kathy Woods is right on this. Starlink is going to make more money than anybody can imagine. Rural America alone has 60 million people. Let's be super conservative and say 10 million people get Starlink and they pay $110 a month for it. That's billions of dollars. 30 million people using Starlink in America at $110 a month, it's like $13 billion. So you're going to have Starlink making insane earnings with Tesla doing its thing, and Twitter is going to evolve into this like extremely profitable social media everything platform. Elon Musk is going to be the first trillionaire. So as soon as I can take some profits and reallocate some funds, I'm going to be buying a lot more Hycroft mine because I do think their setup, their infrastructure on Hycroft mine is outstanding. And I like Diane Garrett a lot. She's very smart. I think when interest rates come back down, you're going to see gold and silver spike, which they've got a lot of investigations going on with JP Morgan and them spoofing gold and silver prices. So that could be a big deal. But then Tesla in the near future, 2 years from now, if Starlink is merged or goes public, Tesla stock's going to pop again. The shorts hate Tesla. The shorts hate Musk. If the shorts don't cover or get out of Tesla by the time Starlink is publicly traded or merged, they are not going to exist anymore. Shorts will get absolutely destroyed. So that's where I'm going after AMC and APE. I am going to hold AMC and APE at least 10% of my position. I'm going to hold it for life, just for a memento of everything that's happened in the past 2 years. So, and Tesla's actually down 7% today, which it's getting ready to, it hits 203 and bounces. We'll see. I don't know. 203 hit a little bounce, track back up and reclaim this. That's a 7% run. Ape looking good. Ape looking good. What happened to my screen? Let me refresh this. I hate it when I gotta quit using Weeble charting. This is the bottom line. There it is. Go back to the 5-minute. SPY taking a little hit. It's running with the SPY like clockwork. SPY goes down, APE and AMC go down. But pretty heavy MACD in the red. We'll see. Again, if you guys just got into the channel, into the stream, Pedro from Philly, this post he made is instructions for you to go comment on in the comments section for the 13F2 rule change from the SEC, which if it passes would force shorts, I believe, that have positions over $10 million in one security to report true short interest. So it's very important. You guys should definitely look at that. Harry Francis, Starlink revenues have nothing to do with Tesla. I just fully explained the entire thesis of Starlink being merged with Tesla and Twitter into a conglomerate. I don't know why people take every third word I say and then create some kind of other scenario. It's just insane. It's just crazy. Hope we get $1 on APE to load up. Yeah, you won't see $1 on APE, Harry. $500 to get a data line. Got it. Jim, you talking about Starlink? I know my hometown could use Starlink very, very much. Bull rally in a bear market. If you guys don't follow Joey Cameron, Skycam7, highly recommend it. Aldi's looking to sell crickets. Yeah, I'm not shopping at Aldi anymore. Eat your crickets, peasants. Prime Minister resigned. She was only there 6 weeks. How can they even be her policies? Smells like they wanted to put in their own person. It's very true. Let's see. Germany's Chancellor Scholz, we have freed ourselves from dependence on Russian gas. I hope that's true, because they're talking about rationing fuel this winter in Germany. Man, look at how much garbage is in my feed. Where's all the AMC? Where's all the GME stuff? Literally. Look at all this shit. Intel, I don't care. We're absolutely being suppressed on social media. I've had 3 people tell me they're not getting any alerts for YouTube, and they're not getting my alerts for Twitter, which doesn't surprise me. They actually have to go search my name to find me. A lot of politics in here too, which is important, but everybody's got their own political opinion. The only thing I'll say is I think that when midterms are over, if conservatives take back the House and the Senate, then you're going to see oil production increase, which will help with inflation. And then the interest rates will start dropping. That's why I like silver right now. Highcroft Mine will see some action when silver and gold start pumping, because they're getting ready in 2023 to not only be using their heap leaching pads, but they'll also be using the new POX processing, and they're supposed to get back to active mining, which means they could double, triple their quarterly profits. I don't see anything else. Guess we can check the news channel. Number of Americans filing for unemployment unexpectedly drops because there's no more unemployment. UK Prime Minister resigns. Looks like they're resetting the tax brackets. What did Warren Buffett buy? Insure Allegheny. I probably said that wrong. 11.6 billion. The deals billionaires acquiring Precision Cast Parts for $37.2 billion in 2016. Insurer became a wholly owned subsidiary of Berkshire Hathaway. Warren Buffett, if you're out there, why don't you just buy AMC theaters? That would be great. What else? Looks like a bunch of garbage. Sharing your Netflix account with someone will cost you. So we're back to that again. So Netflix is going to do some type of cost if you're sharing an account, which is going to lead to a reduction in users, which is not going to be good for them. Ooh, computer share. Thank you, NASPP, for the great conference. It's very nice reconnecting with old friends and making new ones. We look forward to the virtual conference next week. Hear about Equate Plus. Big fan of computer share. A lot of FUD on computer share that's completely wrong out there. It's funny that people push FUD on computer share. The people who do it are the don't question CEO Adam people. And then I'm like, well, did you know CEO Adam hired computer share personally? Stupid. Boy, they're really going after this Liz Truss hard. Okay. See what unusuals. Option flow. And today at 2:55, unusuals is having a housing crash space call. I'll be in that one. Definitely be in that one. I wouldn't trust these marks at all. Simply insane. Blackstone private credit has outperformed public credit by 14 points in the last year. It's mark to market versus mark to paying yourself more. Okay. Well, that's all I got this morning, guys. Ooh, SPY's kicking. What just happened there? MACD flipping hard. APE up 2%. Well, let's hang out for a minute and see if we hit that 220 line. We are at 212 on APE. Let's hit. Let's hit it. Let's run. Let's run to 220. Oh, man. You guys in your comments. I don't even know if I want to read that. AMC gets as much action as Froggy. This is a money channel, no politic, please. If you don't like it, leave. I didn't even talk politics. What I'm talking is about how the political environment affects the market. I don't care what your political agenda or side is. If you get triggered by hearing the word Democrat or Republican, either side, whatever, if you get triggered by that, that's a problem. That's a psychological problem when you can't discuss politics without getting offended. That means you lose control. It's an irresponsible behavioral reaction that has been programmed into people since 2008. Hell, I started out with Clinton. The political parties don't matter, you guys. Left, right, does not matter. They don't like you. They don't care about you. If they did, they would be fixing the market right now. January 28th wouldn't have happened. Neither left nor right did anything about it. They all insider traded together. And if you ever want a confirmation of that, go to Unusual Whales. Oh, come on. And look at his pinned tweet. I've just released a full trading report on politicians 2021. In short, many beat the market. Austin Scott, Brian Mast, French Hill, John Curtis, Dan Crenshaw, Nancy Pelosi, David Rouser, David McKinley, Peter Welch, Debbie Dingle, Jim Levine, Michael Guest, Earl Blumenauer, Don Baer, Mo Brooks, Victoria Spatz, all these, blue and red, every single one of them beat the market in 2021, and most of them insider traded during pandemic. They don't care about you. Hell, if anything, the best thing to do during the election is to vote in the Green Party, vote in the random independent, just to unhinge the power band. But anyways, where are we at? APE, AMC, popping, SPY popping, looks good. It's a good time to drop off the call. Thanks for coming, guys. Please like and subscribe. Crazy ass dude out there with a leaf blower is getting really loud, so I'm just going to end the stream. You guys have a great day. One more trading day after today. Then we get the weekend. Then one more trading week until we get into November and possibly some earnings on the 8th. There's bonds callable on the 7th for AMC and midterms. So there's going to be a lot of volatility in the market, but I still believe in the play. I love APE. I love AMC. I'll be headed to the movies this weekend. So y'all have a great day. Thanks for coming. Froggy Stonks out.